Today in Around the Valley, Pat McMahon talks with Greg Hague of 72 Sold about how he can sell your home in 72 hours.
Well, if you live in Phoenix or the general environs of the community for any length of time at all, and Lord knows I have, you probably know a lot of real estate people. One of the first ones that I met, and whose friendship I've kept for all these years, is Greg Hague. Yes, he's the Hague of Hague Partners and also the creator of 72 Sold. Now, Greg, as I've been watching the commercials everywhere I look, there's Greg Hague talking about 72 Sold. I'm going to sell your house in 72 hours and all these other things. How does it work? Will you explain it to me?
Well, sure. Pat, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. You have been such an inspiration to me for so many years. As you know, we originally met back in the 80s, and I have always been so impressed and inspired by your creativity and your stature and the things you've done for this community. In a nutshell, at 72 Sold, we took the traditional home selling process and we re-engineered it. We actually just looked at everything that was done. We reinvented, re-engineered it, very much like Uber took the personal transportation process and re-engineered it to make it more convenient, less expensive. That's what we did with 72 Sold, essentially incorporating the best elements of traditional real estate with the best elements of, let's say, the luxury auction world, and that is where they might auction Picassos, fine art. They create that competitive environment. We took the best of both and we blended it into a new way to sell homes with one goal in mind, and that is to give the sellers the opportunity to have a more convenient experience while actually selling their home at a higher price. And we're really, really thrilled with the fact that it has worked spectacularly.
I'm a slow learner. And by the way, thank you for the compliment that will assure you of future appearances on this program. I
somehow figured that out. So.
Okay, give me a couple of specific examples about how 72 Sold will differ from traditional home sales.
Absolutely. So when a seller decides to sell their home, the first thing that we do is, rather than looking at selling the home over weeks or months, which is what is typically done in traditional real estate, we understand the detrimental effect of time on the market. Every day, every week that a home sits on the market, a buyer who's interested in the home looks back and asks themselves, I wonder why someone else didn't buy it. And that causes those buyers to offer less. So we developed a way to identify the very best buyers for a home within days of the time that the seller decides to sell. And then, rather than showing those buyers the home one at a time, this is the second big difference. Instead of stringing out, trying to identify buyers and staging ads out over weeks or months, we identify all the best buyers for a home immediately within days. We go all in. We call it front-loaded marketing. The next thing we do is, rather than showing those buyers the home one at a time, we show those buyers the home all at the same time for 90 minutes on a Saturday that we schedule with the seller. And that is the first day of the 72 hours. Then on Sunday, the second day, we answer any buyer's questions. And Monday is the day we give buyers a deadline at 4 p.m. to submit their offers. Now, we call this compressing showings. So all the buyers are there. They see each other coming and going. And in this COVID-19 environment, we do that responsibly. They will stand in line outside 6 to 9 feet apart. We'll let just a couple of them in at the same time. But this is huge, because what it does, when buyers see each other coming and going, this creates social proof that a home is desirable. It creates what we call a competitive environment that causes them to offer more. And maybe one of the biggest things is it creates an urgency for them to act, because they can see the home's going to sell quickly. And then, of course, we give them that deadline to act. So the combination of going all in up front, Pat, to identify buyers quickly, to limit a home's time on the market, and then compressing showings, which is much more convenient for a seller. Instead of dragging it out showing after showing, not only is it more convenient, though, it creates that competitive environment that causes buyers to make higher offers and generally gets our sellers where they have multiple offers that allows us to leverage those offers against each other to drive up the price even further.
We've only got about 30 seconds left for this conversation, and even a slow learner like me, I think I understand the process. But what really gets me is how successful your company has been. Tell the audience.
Well, in a nutshell, we started here in the Arizona market 2.5 years ago, and we now are in 22 markets around the country and in around this country and in 4 other countries, a total of 5 countries. So we have become international, and we're really proud of that. Obviously, a testament to a program that really has made a positive difference for home sellers.
The fellow who invented 72 Sold just explained it right here on this program, and I thank you so much. That fellow happens to be Greg Hague, and I'm Pat McMahon.